Hello, welcome to the first video on audio for gaming. This channel will focus on four main categories: sound design, so Foley, working with samples, making specific sounds together, and so on. We also talk about game engine integration, so we will use Wise for Unity and also Unreal Engine 4 with the blueprints and all that. I'll also be making short little videos with short tips that every producer, in my opinion, should know. And also I will be making top list of my favorite VSTs or effects, other software, so you know what to buy and what not to buy, kind of like mini reviews. For our first video, I thought it was a good idea to explain the video game industry so we're all on the same page, and of course more specifically audio production in the video game industry. So if you want to make audio for games, you have basically three choices. You either start as a freelancer, you work for a company that only does audio and is basically contracted by gaming companies, or you work directly for a gaming company. You also need to know what you really want to do. You can be an audio designer, which is basically a sound designer. You make the final sounds with synthesis and recorded stuff by either yourself or someone else that will be the Foley artist. You can also be part of the dialogue team because audio is so important and crucial. There's often specific teams for that. You can also be a composer. There are not a lot of composers, especially working at the company, so it's pretty hard. You need to be really good to be a composer. Or you can also be an integrator, which means that you will integrate the sound that someone else made into the game so it sounds good, it's mixed well with all the other SFX and so on, which we'll do in Wise and Unreal. It is important to understand that you cannot do everything with synthesis, especially in movies or AAA titles where realism is often key. You will need to record stuff and then maybe layer them with a synth. Therefore, you will need to learn Foley. Footsteps is the prime example. But you have to think about everything when designing sounds for something. A character, for example, that walks also has clothes, equipment, he breathes and walks at different paces. He can run, crouch, fly, jump, etc. Maybe now you can start to understand the complexity of creating audio for a whole game. But video games are ultimately for fun. Therefore, exaggeration is also important. For example, every punch in Batman Arkham series is layered with a gunshot. That's one hell of a punch, but it sounds great too. You have to be creative. And every sound, even the music, is often interactive and adapts to what the player is doing. And then let's not forget the menu, and the UI and everything. There's a lot of sounds to be made.